My new special, Lucky, is streaming right now on Netflix. Check it out.
Is that why you wore a black shirt today?
You got a little bit going.
It's, you know what? It's a lost cause.
It's a vibe.
Hey, something's burning, something's burning, something's burning.
Passion begets passion. I learned that a very long time ago. We talked about this with NASCAR very early.
That's right.
I trashed NASCAR to my buddy Elliot, right? My buddy Elliot in the Morning, biggest radio show in the Metro DC, Maryland area. I mean, just huge. And I was just making jokes, you know? Oh, all you gotta do is take a left or whatever. And he's like, yeah, maybe if like, a lot of people like it, so maybe you should like give it a chance. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, I mean, if that many people like it, maybe you're wrong and they're right. And I went, impossible. And he told me, he said, watch the last 10 minutes.
Gotta try something. Start somewhere.
Yeah. So he said, do you want, I would love a cocktail. Would you like a cocktail?
I mean, I will not say no to a cocktail.
I will never say no.
So
I am game for some cocktails.
it's like dinner time on the East Coast.
We may or may not have brought a couple Rebels or something, maybe.
Red Bulls.
Rebels.
What's a
Rebel?
Rebel?
Rebel. Rebel bourbon, baby.
I got your bourbon right here.
Yeah.
I got your bourbon right here that you signed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love this. So he says, just watch the last 10 minutes. Is that the best way to introduce a newbie to NASCAR?
Yeah, because you want to keep going over the
Yeah.
right.
Last 10 minutes of
Of a race.
Yeah, but like Daytona or Talladega is the way to really make someone a fan.
Right, but the last 10 laps, last 10 minutes of a race, that's definitely where all the action starts to pick up, and people are probably more so running over each other, and we're creating chaos. So that's entertainment.
So I sat at a bar. I told him this story. You know the races it is. I don't remember what it is, but any NASCAR fan right now is going to go, shut the up. I sat in a bar in DC on the phone with Elliot, and I said, okay, I'm game. What are we watching? And he goes, this is a good one. He's like, you are going to be happy. This is the perfect one. And I watched you in 2007.
That's right.
Where? Bristol? At Bristol.
Yeah.
And it is like, I mean, it's like Hall of Fame endings of a NASCAR race.
It was again, same thing. There was like 3 yellows in the last 20 laps of the race, and we go green, we have restarts and all that. Guys are crashing each other, running over each other, and lo and behold, I actually didn't get wrecked in that one, so I came out on top. So yeah, we won that one. That was the first CO2 race.
I hadn't met you yet.
She hadn't met me yet.
NASCAR
this
didn't
was
start for me
Samantha.
yet, so
Wait.
We have
I
a
was
bond
08.
before Samantha and I
I've known
have
him
a
longer
bond.
than you?
NASCAR did not exist to me until 08.
Wait, did you just met him and you were like, what do you do for a living?
No, it was so much worse than that. I was a promo girl in college.
Promo girl,
yeah.
hold on. Like you'd walk around with the shots and the...
Yeah, I mean, whether it was shots or I
That was
worked
a
at
gig
sporting
this day.
events, whatever.
Yeah.
So at that time I was working for Chevy, and my job was to get people hyped up to go for ride-alongs, but not in a race car. This is what I always tell people. It was in a Chevy Impala, so...
It was the street car.
Anybody can drive a
It was a
street
pace car rides.
Wait, will that thing drive fast, that Impala you have out there?
No, that's not.
Yeah.
Is that what we have out there?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like the first time we met. Yeah, so anyways, I was hyping people up. I went for a ride with him. We had the same t-shirts on. I assumed he was a promo boy. So I invited him out with my girlfriends and I.
We were just chatting.
Just chit-chatting.
Yeah.
I said, you want to come out? We're all going to the bars that night. We're going to have so much fun. And he's like, I have to work. And I'm like, okay, well, all right, I thought we were vibing.
Yeah, way
and
to
he
kill
just
the
shot
mood.
that down real fast. And then some lady comes up and she's like, oh, he wants your number. Because remember, like social media wasn't there. Yeah. We still had little phones that you would press like A 3 times or 1 3 times.
My wife just bought me one of those.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
bring it over. Bring over my flip phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you couldn't like stalk each other. And so
Yeah.
I had no idea. And then
It was calls,
Emails.
the 3 types to text for a letter.
Facebook
go.
had like just started.
Guys, this is what they're talking about.
Yeah, and it has the
That's
letters
nicer
on
than
there.
we
It has the letters, and it was called A7, I think. What? T9, and you had to go A, B, C, D. Okay, then that's my D.
Yeah.
A, D, D.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
so
how
you're
it
back
was.
on old school now?
Yeah, we have an addiction problem.
Okay, yeah.
I just doom scroll, and then next thing you know, I'm watching foot surgeries
Yeah.
for 3 hours.
Pimple popping.
People popping zits, I was just going to say that.
My son and I.
Do you watch Dr. Pimple Popper?
Yes.
Okay, I had her come here and cut off all my skin tags.
Oh.
That sounds fantastic.
How do people at those cysts get that big? Like they can't be married. Your wife would never let you have a thing that big on your back for that long, ever.
No, not in my daughters. I have a mole right here, and one time my daughters are like, "We're gonna take a look at that," and I went, "What?" I go, "I've had it for my whole life," and they're like, "I think we can pop it."
Not anymore, you don't.
Yeah. What do you guys? What kind of? What do you want? Just on the rocks? Do you want it with some soda? Do you want some ginger ale? Do you want?
I'll do rocks.
What would you like? Can I get? How about this? Can I introduce you to a Campari Spritz?
Yeah, anything.
Have you ever had a Campari Spritz?
No, but I'll try it.
No, wait. Do you think she'd like Aperol better?
Well, I've done Aperol.
You have?
We went to Italy for our first time last summer, so I'm a pro there.
You know what I love? You guys are still young. God dang it.
Almost.
He's turning 40 next month.
40 is a great year.
I know, I'm right behind him.
Let's get her an Aperol, Campari Spritz, and me and you will do Rebel on the Rocks.
Let's do some Rebel Rocks.
Do you ever drive?
No.
No, passenger princess, dude.
I hate driving.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a terrible driver, and I won't even pretend I'm a good driver.
Never drive. I never drive.
Really?
Leanne, have I ever driven us?
Not much.
No. I don't like driving.
No, we have our rules. He
What,
drives.
because you're on your phone scrolling all the time, going through popping princess over there?
Yeah, kind of. You know, I just, I don't know. I gave up driving a while back, like just stopped doing it. And I always just sat shotgun and I don't know. And then I never picked it back up. And like I drove here today, but I drive very seldomly. I mean, if my car I've had my car since 2021. And if it has 7,000 miles on it, I'd be shocked.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, I drive. I just don't like to, but I will. But when he's with me, I don't.
She drives too fast.
That I do.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That I
She
do.
has this thing of having a cool street car that she can go rip around town with, so.
So this is going to air right before Talladega, and one of my favorite sandwiches I've ever had in my entire life is out of Alabama. It's a place called Saul's Barbecue. It is a sweet tea chicken sandwich.
Is that what that is?
So this has been marinating in sweet tea. Here's your Aperol, your Campari Spritz.
All right.
Now, I love Campari. Cheers, guys.
Here we
Thank you
go.
for doing this.
Thanks
Something's
for having
burning.
us.
Something's burning.
Better check on it.
I just hope I hear that one time when you're like, got a tire on fire. You're like, boy, something's burning in your headset.
I don't want that to come across my headset.
Maybe you don't want
no,
to.
I don't want to be saying anything's burning. Not when I'm going 200 miles an hour.
Is that how fast you guys go?
Unless I win. If I win,
Burn it
then
down.
something's burning. I'm going to be burning some rubber.
How
doing
much?
some donuts.
How much would it cost me to get you to say something in your mic to promote my tour right as you win Talladega? What do you think the price point would be?
How much money you got? We'll start there.
I got what they call stupid money, meaning I don't spend it wisely.
We can work a deal for sure. Yeah, we can make that happen. There's no other driver out there that would do that for you, though. So
No.
Do you remember in Sonoma when you were with your crew chief?
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Anything for Kurt.
So this is a terrible story.
Yeah, we had some friends of ours, so we went to Sonoma a whole week early, and we're all just hanging out. We're doing wine tastings
country.
and all that sort of stuff, right? We love that area. And so, anyways, halfway during the trip, Kurt was there.
His brother. And
Yeah.
we just started, no, he wasn't there, but we were blaming everything on him for some reason.
Yeah.
It became the catchphrase of the trip.
Really?
Yeah. And so it was like anything for Kurt. And so then it was like, hey, that's our drinking word for Sunday. So anytime I came over the radio and said anything for Kurt over the radio during the race,
Yeah.
We were up in a suite and everybody had to drink.
our buddies and all of our friends were
Serious?
up in the suite, and so they had to drink.
Oh, shut up.
Oh yeah.
Then his crew chief got in on it and his spotter. So then everybody was saying it, and all the fans can listen in on the radio, and they're like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Are they
Everybody was
talking
trying to
about?
figure out
Is
what
there
the
a
code
radio
word was.
feed? Is there a radio feed that fans can listen to your
Live?
feed?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can tap right in. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Now that's a podcast.
Yo, trust me.
And I bet you told
It used to be called Radioactive.
Yeah, you used to win that a lot.
Yeah, Radio Sweetheart right here.
Really?
Yeah, I've had my fair share of awards.
I've seen clips of yours where I'm like, I wonder what he's saying. I wonder what they're yelling at each other.
Yeah,
That
trust me.
dude got out of his car one time.
I'm glad you're back to the flip phone, because if you had your real phone, you'd be on YouTube right now trying to figure it out.
Oh, the hardest I ever laughed is I don't know the guy's name, so I apologize if I see him at.
Don't worry about it.
You and him get into a fight or whatever, and he parks his car, and then he gets out of his car and he comes over to you, and you just drive away, and his car runs into the
Kevin.
wall.
Kevin Harvick. Yeah.
It's like, just so you know, Kevin, I'm you, okay? I'm the guy that's like, that does it. I'm kicking ass. Where the f did everyone go?
Yeah. Yeah. Why is my car driving itself
Oh, that
away?
was funny.
Yeah. No, those were some good times.
Who are your favorite all-time drivers, old school drivers? It's got to be, It's got to be Dale Earnhardt. It's got to be in there.
Dale's one of those. So actually, I drive for the same race team now that Dale drove for, Richard Childress Racing. So I'm running in his cars.
Jalapeno?
Yeah.
We love
good.
some spice.
I just.
And Jeff Gordon was my favorite as a kid growing up. I also loved Mark Martin, Dale Jarrett, Bobby Labonte. I mean, the list goes on of the cool racers back of the 90s. That was my era of growing up watching it. So
It seemed like same with
before you
wrestling.
even did.
But it seemed like wrestling back then was like, it seemed like an attitude era. You know?
Yeah. You had to have this, what is it, aura around you, or you had to carry yourself a certain way, like a badass, to then have the others kind of like not want to mess with you.
Yeah, it's kind. I mean, it's not that it's changed. It just seems. It doesn't seem. Even now, I mean, you've dialed back. I feel like
I'm not winning as much. I don't have that aura to backstand basically my actions or my words or things that I would do or things that I would say on the track. So I've had to step it back just a tad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to win again. Trust me, if I'm winning 5, 6, 7, 8 races a year, these boys are going to hear me run it a little longer.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love that part of sports because you forget. I've never understood people. Like I'm not a competitive person in stand up, but I do understand competition. And if you get me into a physical competition, I get very competitive. I get very, very, very competitive. Anything physical, anything ability. Stand up's so subjective. I can't imagine being competitive with my friends, and we're all friends.
Yeah.
But I can't understand when people don't understand competition. When they don't understand like the competitiveness. Like Kelly Slater is one of the most competitive in the world.
Yeah.
And I respect him for that. Tiger Woods is crazy competitive. Michael Jordan, the king of being competitive. You are one of the most competitive out there.
Trust me, I hate losing more than any other ones out there. I hate it, but sometimes you're just either A, not as good on that day, or maybe your car isn't as good on that day. So there's a lot of variables in our sport that kind of have to come along with it.
Was your dad like Earl Woods, kind of like a stage dad? Like, we're gonna get you into this NASCAR stuff.
No, actually it just kind of happened, I would say organically. Like my dad was a huge car guy, so he loved working on cars, muscle cars, building cars, all that sort of stuff. He was a Mac tool man as his day job, and kind of ran his own business, ran his own truck. And we always had cars in the garage, so we were always working on cars, getting our hands dirty, getting grease under our fingernails, and just doing what it was to do to have something cool to ride around on weekends with,
Yeah.
But then he got race cars and was racing with a buddy of his, and then when my brother was old enough, he started. When I was old enough,
how much older is Kurt?
he's 6 years older, 6,
Okay.
7 years older. So when he started racing, then I started racing, and then it just kind of became this hobby that then turned into a profession. When I guess we all kind of recognized that we were pretty good at it and doing really well. And so Kurt was the first one to be able to pave the way to NASCAR to get him there. And then he got me there.
I saw a picture of you guys one time, and I said, they look like they drive NASCAR. Your dad looks like he watches NASCAR. Like, your dad's like authentic, like what is it called, Leanne?
Old school cool.
Old school, yeah. Like, long mustache.
He's got a beard,
Yeah.
full beard, and he's very thin. He looks a lot like Richard Petty, except he's got the full beard. He
does, kinda.
He's tall and skinny, kind of lanky, but he was a badass on the track. He won a lot. He was really, really good when he was doing it too. So.
All right, buckle up, Buttercup. NASCAR is back and going down at Talladega, the baddest, fastest, most unhinged track on the planet. This place is 2.5 miles of pure insanity. Drivers basically play high-speed bumper cars at 200 miles per hour for over 500 miles. My guy, Kyle Busch, has won here twice, which basically makes him a wizard because no one escapes Talladega without a few battle scars. And by battle scars, I mean dodging the big ones, like a Fast and Furious movie. NASCAR is so much fun. If you have not yet, and I talked to Kyle Busch about this, if you have not yet gotten into NASCAR and you're thinking, I don't know, I've never really followed it, all you got to do is watch the last 10 minutes. Watch the last 10 minutes of Talladega and you will get hooked. And then once you do that a couple times, you're going to go, wow, maybe I should read the beginning of the book too. And it is awesome. I'm going to be at some NASCAR events this year. I can't tell you yet when, we haven't announced them, but I am definitely watching Talladega. It is all happening Sunday, April 27th at 3 p.m. Eastern on Fox. And trust me, you won't want to miss this ride. When I started this show, it seemed like I had to figure it all out on my own. I mean, honestly, just starting with schedulings and then a logo and then a website, the setup, the merch. It was overwhelming. Finding the right tool that not only helps you out, but simplifies everything can be such a game changer for millions of businesses. That tool is Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S. From household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands that are just getting started. Get started with your own design studio. With hundreds of ready-to-use templates, Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store to match your brand's style. Accelerate your content creation. Shopify is packed with helpful AI tools that write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product's photography. Get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you. Easily create emails and social media campaigns wherever your customers are scrolling and or strolling. Better yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. If you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify. I remember Leanne set this all up on her own. When we lived back in our old house, Leanne did all of this her own. She was so proud. Let me tell you something. If Leanne can do this, you can do this. Turn your big business idea into a cha-ching with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/burning. Go to shopify.com/burning. Shopify.com/burning. I'm always fascinated. We go to, what's the name of the speedway we go to, Leanne? Irwindale.
Irwindale just shut down, yeah.
Yeah, it just shut down a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah,
And
I raced there a couple times, yeah.
we go to Irwindale and...
Orange Show Speedway, ever been to Orange Show?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Oh, no.
San Bernardino, Orange Show over there?
So my wife's what do they call people that are into cars? Not a lughead, but like a
gearhead?
Gearhead. My wife's a gearhead.
Yeah.
Like my wife, I couldn't change a tire.
So do we need to switch?
Yeah,
Like,
like,
which, by the way, she should be here because
Should you just be cooking?
we should go cook. They can talk cars.
me and you are about to talk about fitness and health and
okay.
longevity.
You look very fit.
No, but I love that you've incorporated meat into your diet.
Yeah, I feel
love
great.
that. I know, and I'm fascinated by all the health changes it did for you.
Yes.
Because I'm hardcore carnivore, except for today.
I would have saw vegan.
Yeah.
I would have thought.
It's funny. Literally, my son and my kids are like, "Did we get our protein in today?" Like they are protein obsessed now. My kids eat more red meat than it's so good for them. I don't know what I did for 25 years.
We just got Brexton into hunting a little bit, so.
I have 351 pounds of bison meat coming in 2 weeks.
Yep, he got his first bison
Everything.
Yep.
He killed his own bison?
Mm-hmm.
How?
Yeah.
With a gun.
Got it.
Shut up.
Yeah, we went hunting and
He's 10?
He's 10.
He's 9.
Well, he's
Yeah.
almost 10.
Our kids
By the
are
time this airs.
I'm counting
Yeah, by the time
it.
it
Yeah.
is. He's a little badass though. I mean, he races full time too, and he came home the other day. They took him on a legend car test. He goes, "Mom, I went 90 miles an hour." He hardly can tie his shoes most days, but he can run 90 miles an hour.
So
no
10 years
problem.
old?
Yeah, so what did you call me? You said that I was trained, like I was built as a kid. Isn't that what you kind of said?
What is it? They had stage dads.
Yeah.
Like Earl Woods was a stage dad. He took Tiger to play golf.
Right.
Same with Serena's dad.
Like he raised a golfer, right?
He raised a golfer.
Like that's
Yeah,
what
that's
we're
what we're
doing with
doing.
Brexton. Like we're literally raising a little racer.
I'm doing that with my kids, but for alcohol. I'm a stage dad.
My worst
Drinking
version of myself
professional.
is a race mom. Wouldn't you agree?
Not real. No, you're not bad.
Are you kidding me?
You
Is she
don't
messed?
ever go rip on another mom's face.
not a mom, but I got in a fight with a dad. I will never
That did
fight with a
happen.
mom, but I'll
Really?
fight with the dad.
Yeah.
It's got to be crazy. Like almost like you going to watch your son race cars is like LeBron watching his son play high school basketball.
Yeah.
Every other dad's got to be like, "So, what do you think of my kid's lines?"
Sometimes, a lot of times, the other dads just kind of leave you alone. They know that you're there being with your kid and you're just being a dad, so they're just kind of like leaving it alone. So it's not too bad. The one thing that other dads bring up to me a lot is they're like, "Man, you're pushing your kid so much. Like, kid, you're gonna burn him
Burn him out, yeah.
And I'm like, honestly, if you ask him if he would rather go to the beach and go have a vacation with the family or go to the racetrack, he chooses the racetrack
We do.
every time.
We give him a choice every week. Like, go to your friend's birthday party, go to the racetrack. And we always let him choose. But he chooses racing. 100%.
You do it like this. You don't want to go to your friend's birthday party. You're racing.
No, because I want to be home. So when he's racing, I'm the chauffeur. So we're driving all over.
Yeah, because I might be gone for the NASCAR tour somewhere. And so her and
Yeah.
Brexton and Lennox,
So
they
some
stay
weekends
home.
I'm like, don't you just want to stay home? We'll use the pool. We'll bring your buddies over. He's like, no, we're
yeah.
going racing. okay, here we go.
Yeah.
So,
God.
but you know what? He loves it, so
Well,
you
it's
do
community.
it. Yeah.
I mean, it's community. The thing that's cool about this is my wife's redneck chicken.
This looks amazing.
Coleslaw. It's got ramen noodle. It's got cabbage. It's got green onion. It's gonna be amazing. This sandwich is to die for. It's soaking in sweet tea. I'm gonna dredge it back and forth. Then I'm gonna air fry it because we're staying healthy.
Yeah, we are.
And then put pimento cheese on it and some
we're staying
Alabama
healthy.
white sauce. Yeah, we're staying healthy.
That's
Do you
for
drink
me.
sweet tea?
What?
Do you drink sweet tea?
No.
Me
I dare you
neither.
to
When
drink
I
that.
first moved to North Carolina from coming from Chicago and I ordered an iced tea, it's like syrup.
Yeah.
It is.
Sweet tea's great.
It's why everyone in
Love
the
sweet
South
tea.
has diabetes.
Yes, it's true.
It's like why everyone in my wife's family doesn't have teeth. Like, I
And
mean,
it rots them out.
and they come in gallon jugs.
Yes, they do.
Gallons.
And they
They
just
do.
go, no, oh, sweet tea? I can't. It's a lot.
That's a good accent, actually. You pulled that well.
Well, I sleep with it.
Okay.
My wife's accent when she gets drunk. I got a few jokes about it, but I will keep them out of this act because I think we're being brand friendly. My wife's family is like big NASCAR wrestling. Like this is the trifecta.
We're not wrestling. We're not staged.
No. That's
We're
what they're
not
into.
scripted. Come on.
That would be great if NASCAR was scripted.
Trust me, if it was scripted, I'd have more wins. We need Kyle back in Victory Lane. Yes, sir. I'm on it today. Got it.
Who's the president of NASCAR?
Steve Phelps,
And he's like your Vince McMahon.
basically. Yeah, but he's not in front of the cameras as much. You know, he's-
Okay, so when you guys get in trouble, you go to NASCAR Village or something, or NASCAR
The NASCAR hauler.
Hauler.
The hauler. They call you to the hauler if you get in trouble. I've been there a few times.
Yes, we have.
What happens in the NASCAR Hauler?
They So
this is what I want to know. Is it like, Kyle, we need to talk, or is it, God damn it, mother? One of those.
no, the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more like, so the first couple times I went in there and I was gonna like share my piece of like why and this is why and this and that and everything, and like I'm just talking and blurting it out. And then I got kicked under the table a couple times because like my crew chief or my team owner was with me. They were like, shut up. Because like I didn't know what you're supposed to do when you go in there. You are literally just supposed to shut up and just let them ream you for about 10 minutes about everything that you've done wrong and then say, yes, sir, okay, and move on.
Okay.
But I was trying to give my side of the story.
Yeah,
'Cause,
that
like,
makes
there's
sense.
a purpose. Like I'm not just doing it to do it.
It's like couples therapy. I want to win.
He made me mad. This is why. Like I'm giving you my reasonings. And yeah, exactly. It's like couples therapy. No,
Wait,
just let them talk.
do you go in with the other guy, or do you go in by yourself?
Sometimes you go in with the other guy. Yeah.
How do those go?
Well, I've been fine in my NASCAR haulers. There's other drivers that have gone in there with other drivers because they've gotten into it on the racetrack, and then they also get into it in the hauler.
For real?
Yeah,
Dude,
Yeah. They've had to be separated in the hauler. Yeah.
That's by the way, that's viral content to help
should
build the
film
brand. Every NASCAR hauler should be filmed
They don't
and
film
talked
that.
about.
Yeah.
I want. This is also what I want to see. Is like, because I think as a fan, you watch the cars crash, and then you go, "Oh, that's it." But someone's got to pay for that.
The owners do.
Remember your shirt?
Yeah.
When we owned the truck team, what did it say?
I had a truck team, yeah. Every time you go to Daytona or Talladega, the restrictor plate races, there's always groups of guys that are all running together and drafting together. And if anybody makes a little mistake, boom, there's like 5, 6, 10, 20 of them that are all crashed in the same crash.
Yeah.
And so I wore a shirt during the Daytona race in the beginning of the year, most expensive day ever. Cause and all 3 of my trucks crashed. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, exactly, like I proved my point. My shirt just said exactly what happened on the racetrack. They're all crashed.
Wait, what's the difference between? So there's 3 series, right? There's trucks.
Trucks,
There's
Xfinity,
Xfinity.
and then Cup.
Cup.
Yeah.
Okay, Cup is you won that a bunch of times, right?
Cup is top.
Yeah.
And then Xfinity, and then Truck. So Truck is like, I guess college football. No, high school football.
But the pros get to play it.
Pros do, yeah. Racers can race in any racing they want to race as long as they're eligible. They have a license, they can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Cup is like NFL, Xfinity is like college ball, and then Truck is basically high school. So.
And so do you do all 3?
I do, yeah.
What's is one like just more fun?
I would say the trucks was more fun for a long time because I owned my own team. We shared ownership in our 3 teams that we had there. And so I got to race for those trucks as well too. So it was a lot of fun to be just being with my own people and being close to those people and all that sort of stuff. So it was really cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Can I tell you?
That was kind of like my golf game. You know what I mean? Like you've got your seriousness that you got to do on Sunday, like that's your job,
Yeah.
right? But when you go back to the Truck Series or Xfinity Series, it's like going to play golf, and you just get to kind of chill and hang out and race and win.
That's fun.
Yeah.
What I don't know who you like and who you don't like. So so if I compliment someone you don't like, I apologize. But I know you. I think you like this guy. But what a legend is Joe Gibb, that he was a coach for a Super Bowl team and now he's like a NASCAR legend. I mean, that's kind of wild.
Yeah.
To switch occupations that late in life and then be at the highest competition on both.
Yeah. No, and to be good at it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. He won 3 Super Bowls with the Redskins, and then he was a NASCAR team owner as well too, and he's won 4 NASCAR championships. So he's actually won more NASCAR championships now than he did, coaching championships with the Redskins. So is he better at football or is he better at racing?
I think he's better at racing. I mean, that's crazy.
Maybe.
I mean,
he did fire me though.
Okay, well, we shouldn't have brought him up. He fired you. Okay, never mind. Henrik, that's a cool guy, right?
He fired me too.
What about Junior? He's a solid dude.
I wrecked him in 2008.
His dad was good though?
I never met him.
You do kind of remind me a little bit of his dad though.
Some days. I mean, you talk about the bullish attitude and kind of the not giving a shit much and not caring about what other people think. Yeah, we're brothers in that sense, but
In your heyday.
He was a 7-time champion, so you got to give him full credit for being one of the best, if not the best.
I mean, that.
And now I get to race for his team owner now, so I'm racing for Richard Childress.
Is that Richard Childress?
That's who owned Dale Earnhardt's car, yeah, for a long time.
Wow.
Yep.
And
So.
it's just, what's the difference between like in your professional?
Did you
opinion?
wash your hands, by the way?
Of course, I took a shower. I took a shower right before this. Guess what the last part of my body I washed was?
I saw the sign upstairs that said "Wash your ass."
No, I did. That's Red Fox. I did wash my hands because I was handling chicken before this, so I had to wash them.
Okay.
I'm not a big hand washer.
But real cooking question, what's in that?
This is buttermilk. Buttermilk biscuits.
I didn't know if there's anything else.
And then this
And then
is
you
just
put
a
two
flour.
things in there. You put flour.
Flour. I put cayenne and pepper and garlic. So I'm gonna air fry them. I'm gonna air fry them, I think, 2 at a time. And so then we'll let them sit, and then we'll do another 2. I'll put the oven on warm so we can keep them warm. But
good.
hold on. What's the difference between, like, if you said to me, Bert, what's the difference between stand-up and improv? I go, I have a lot of notes.
Okay.
What's the difference between NASCAR and F1?
Culture, I would say.
Really?
Yeah, it's just a culture thing. Like, we're a bunch of rednecks that run in circles, and they're a bunch of sophisticated engineers and smart people that turn right and turn left. I don't know.
Do you think you could compete in F1?
I would say I'm turning 40, so I'm gonna say like the time might have passed.
Yeah.
But I would say in my prime of like the, age 33 to 38 or so, that I was probably ready. I was there. I was good. I could have done it. I'm just too big.
Yeah, you're 6'1".
You're really
Yeah, I'm 6'1", 200 pounds, so like it's hard to.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
6'1", 200.
Right.
So they're littler guys, right?
They're littler guys. They're jockeys.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're purpose built.
It's wild though that F1 got this like princess vibe. Like the Prince of Monaco was there.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
oh,
Yeah.
What are you
Fancy.
wearing? What are you wearing? And like most people that go aren't even fans. They just want to be seen.
True.
It's like a movie premiere.
It's kind of like going to the Super Bowl and going to all the Super Bowl parties.
Yeah.
You just want to be seen. Guilty.
Fair.
But it's funny to me because it's like then you go to NASCAR. It's just there's no one there on accident.
No, they're diehard fans. And
No
that's
one's
what's
there,
So
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, they want to go to see it and spectate it and witness it and be a part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
F1 reminds me a little bit of like the Kentucky Derby. All the girls got to wear the hats. They got to dress in the dresses, So yeah, princess vibes. Yeah.
Can you bet on NASCAR?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bet
Oh.
MGM all day long.
Do you have a sponsor?
Yeah, sure do.
Is it BetMGM?
Yes, it is.
I might have to bet on Talladega.
Yeah, you should get the BetMGM app. You can bet on anything. Get your parlays going.
Oh, but we live in California. California, you can't bet out here. Yeah.
Well, you'll have to go across
can't.
state line for a hot minute.
You were saying you love coming to California.
Go to Vegas.
Right? You love it out here?
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Really?
That's why I'm here.
What's your favorite part about California?
Montana, Kentucky,
And then they tore it down.
and then they tore it down. I won the last race there, and then they tore it down.
For real?
Yeah, they were like, Kyle's too good at this track. We gotta get rid of it.
What
did you?
I'm trying to
Dude.
keep my fingers, but I was like, screw it.
You're already in, dude. You're committed.
I know there's a theory between like dipping fingers. I've tenderized these chicken breasts, so they're
good.
super tender. So wait, let's talk about diet real quick, because me and you, I was gonna make something you made.
Oh,
on
gosh.
Your channel. Your Instagram's awesome, by the way.
Thank you. We try. I make him participate. He's a good sport.
That's right.
Those are my favorite parts. The Insta boyfriend, the Insta husband.
Yeah,
is
exactly.
my wife's entire journey of her life. She has been hey, hold the camera. No, but hold it like this. No, but take a picture of me here.
Well,
But she does.
If you just get it right the first time, we don't have to waste 10 minutes. Like, let's just go.
Just tell me what you want, and then we can do it right out of the gate.
Huh, Leanne, you want to defend yourself? Nothing. You're doing a great job, babe.
Get that schedule primed.
Yeah, it's like.
Just do it right, and we'll be done.
Why do you can't see? There's so much room above my head.
Oh my gosh, that's you.
Yeah, there's so much room. What are you trying to get our bookshelf in this? It's me. Get it on my face.
Get it on
And then
my
what are we
outfit.
doing? Crop me here. Do not get my gut. Crop me right here.
He cuts my shoes out, and then it's a whole
Well, then I
fight.
can't get your shoulders.
No, buddy.
Yeah, we want to see those
We're going
shoulders.
vertical.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Is that why you wore a black shirt today?
Yeah, you got a little bit going.
It's you know what? It's a lost cause.
It's a vibe.
I think I can get all three in here. By the way,
You're not going to get all three in there.
I'm getting
can.
all
No, that's what you told her too once upon a time.
three. I can get all three in there.
Is that 11?
Oh, so we have this road trip game. How many? What would you call
Dirty
it?
jokes.
Dirty jokes that you can make throughout the day. So that was 11. And
Yeah.
what time is it? 2?
You've already told 11 dirty jokes.
Well,
Anything I say.
anything she
if he
says, I
make
can
it
turn into a sexual
dirty
innuendo.
Innuendo.
Yeah, that one.
In and out innuendo.
Right?
Anyway, let's start air frying. So I'm gonna air fry these for 20 minutes.
I appreciate you air frying them instead of dipping them in oil.
There we go. I was gonna do it in oil, but then you said no butter, and I was like, I respect that.
No, I do butter.
You do
I don't
butter?
do like seed oil, vegetable oil. I don't do all that stuff. But no, we get our butter from the Amish. Yep.
Do you really?
That's the point in my life that I'm at right now, and I'm gonna learn how to make it next. He loves me so much.
Wait,
we have a garden. I tried to get chickens. My HOA wouldn't let me.
So wait, where are you from?
Originally from Northwest Indiana, outside
Oh,
Chicago.
Gary?
You know Gary, yeah.
You from Gary?
Did not grow up in Gary, but yes. Yeah, I was literally like 20 minutes from Gary, but I was Northwest Indiana.
Who's the most famous person from Gary? It's Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And
Is
then,
that for real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? I never
No,
knew that.
Michael Jackson's Gary, Indiana.
Yeah. But I don't know, we grew up, it's kind of cool now because Michael Jordan's a part team owner. And so when I was
In
growing
NASCAR.
up in NASCAR, Michael Jordan was the Bulls. Like that's the era I grew up in. Everybody wanted to be a lovable. So that's the only person I don't really get too starstruck. But like at the racetrack, I've seen him a million times and I'm like, oh.
You see Michael Jordan shows up?
Yeah, and one time he called him for something and they were chit-chatting. He's like,
He called you for
Michael
something?
Jordan's on the phone. I'm like, shut.
Michael Jordan called you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
I
Hang
know.
on. You grew up in Vegas. Your dad's a mechanic. Let's start there.
It wasn't that cool.
Let's not. You're not Kyle. You haven't always been Kyle Busch.
No, trust me, I got Jordan jerseys.
Oh, yeah.
I've got North Carolina jersey. I got Bulls jerseys. Like, I got stuff.
So he calls you.
He
Yeah.
was on the phone. I'm calling on my uncles and my dad. I'm like, guess what I was talking to? Like, that was the coolest person to us because that's how we grew up.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was huge.
You remember when Joe Gibbs fired me?
Yeah.
I had to talk to Michael Jordan about hiring me.
Oh, for real. So it wasn't just like a fan call.
No,
It was a work call.
It was, yeah. It was
I guess
a work
those
call.
are less fun.
Yeah. No, I
was so
wasn't
cool.
fanboying on him, but Samantha fangirls on him all the time. So.
Oh,
Okay, I still won't go say hi.
And then we saw him on vacation in Italy. That was fun. That was cool.
Really? I bet
yeah.
he stands out in Italy.
He's got this big yacht, so I would say, yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
It's crazy.
He's the man, though.
He really is the man. Does he know what he's doing in NASCAR?
Yeah, no, they're doing a good job over there. They're running a tight ship. I know a few of the friends. We got some friends that work over there at 2311 on his race team. So
What's the buy-in to own a NASCAR team?
Like startup, ground up, you kind of need 2 cars to be competitive. You can't just really do it at one. So I would say a total buy-in right out of the gate, you're looking at 80 to 100 mil.
So you're gonna say 80 to 100 grand, and I was like, I'm buying 2 teams.
80 to 100 mil.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So then it's got to be hedge funds, right?
A lot of the teams that are there now have been established teams that have basically earned that wealth over time.
Yeah.
But if you're somebody new, like Bert Racing that wants to start tomorrow,
It was called Two Bears Racing,
okay,
and we were doing endurance racing.
then you need 100 mil.
Well, I bought him a car.
Yeah.
My buddy Tom is really into cars. He's really into racing. So for his birthday,
That's a different guy. That's not the same guy. That's
Same
not
guy.
Elliot.
No, different guy.
Different guy.
This guy's a disabled comedian. He
Is that because his jokes are no good?
Well, that too, but mostly he tried to dunk a basketball and he broke his knee and broke his arm.
Ooh.
Yeah, so he thought racing was his new thing.
I tried to play basketball on roller skates one time. I broke my arm.
For real?
That didn't go good.
Wait, how old were you?
Like 7.
Okay, thank God. I'm sitting here going, 34.
How do I not know that story?
Yeah.
I know you flipped over a
Apparently.
car on your bike, but okay.
Yeah, I did do that too. Yeah.
I learned something new here,
I got
too.
the scar to show for that one. Yeah.
I ran into a wall. I got a scar there.
I did that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet.
No, you didn't. You swam into the side of our pool because you were drinking too much on Memorial Day. That's what
That's
you did.
running into a wall.
How did you don't swim with your eyes open?
No.
He came up and this whole flapping nose was just hanging off.
It split from this way. Like I went down this way and it just split open.
There's a flap, yeah.
I mean, shit happens when you're having fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, wait, I still can't believe you don't swim with your eyes open. Wait, raise your hand if you swim with your eyes open.
I wear contacts, so I'm out.
Okay, Stace?
No, I wear contacts.
Oh, is that you wear
can't-
contacts?
No.
You just I grew up in Florida. I swim with my eyes open in the ocean.
I plug my nose when I jump in too. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. It's like you are my daughter, Isla. That's crazy. Wait, how bad was it when you broke your legs?
Oh, that was big.
That was really crazy.
Yeah, that was a tough wreck.
It's crazy how like
She was pregnant. She was 7.
28 weeks.
Yeah.
28.
It's crazy how some wrecks look really bad. And that one, it looked bad. I mean, it looked bad, but it didn't look like it was 2 broken legs bad.
It looked like
it-
something you've kind of seen before, right?
Yeah,
Like how many NASCAR crashes has we always seen?
But
you
the
know?
thing was, sometimes when you watch him wreck, there's a safer barrier that absorbs the impact. He hit a concrete wall with nothing else.
Yeah.
That's why it was
So
so,
it was
bad.
it was 90 miles an hour head on into a concrete wall. Concrete didn't move.
Nope.
Nope.
And so those barriers on the thing, they gave you
The barriers on the outside walls, at that time, pretty much all the tracks, they're called safer barriers. So there's foam in between a metal barricade, then the foam, then the concrete wall. So it kind of absorbs, it moves a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But the concrete wall, which is what we all used to race on before 2001, before Earnhardt's death,
Yeah.
they were all concrete all the time.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Is there any scariness when the car starts spitting out, or is it just kind of like
That.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like, oh shit. Like, so when I turned sideways and I was spinning, I was like, okay, get it to rudder, like get the car to change directions. Like I wanted to hit that wall, like flat sided, like slap it. And I kept trying to like turn the steering wheel. I was on and off the brakes, like trying to let the wheels roll a little bit to get the thing to turn. And it was just, it wouldn't change direction. So it just careened right into the wall.
Jesus?
Yeah.
Did you know your legs were broken right away?
I felt my right leg right away. So my right leg broke, double compound fracture of my right leg. And then
In the shin part?
Shin. And then when the car came to a stop and there was a little fire in the cowl, but I was like, ooh, fire, like I gotta get out. And so you drop the window net and I went to I undid my belts, got the steering wheel off, and I went.
Hang on real quick, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but do you have a protocol of how to get, do they teach you, not teach you, but do you have neck thing, like a thing?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's almost like a formula so you never forget exactly how to
Right.
do it. Okay.
Yeah, you do it the same every time so you don't ever forget.
How does it go?
Well, it's release the belts, pull the belts out to get your Hans out of the belt so you don't get stuck in the
Hans is
Hans.
the next thing.
The neck restraint, yep. And then you got to pull your helmet hose off and then you got to pull your radio cord. And so did all that and then was trying to get out. So I knew my right leg was broke. Like I could feel it just like limp. And then I went to use my left foot to push on the brake pedal to like push myself out. and my left foot was broke. So I couldn't push with my left either. And so I literally just like manned myself up and out of the car, and I sat on the door because our doors don't open, so we have to go out the window. Did you know that?
Yeah, and I got claustrophobic in one of those things. I mean, if you're like a regular human,
Yeah.
those things are not fun.
I can tell you need an extra large helmet. So
Oh, I have yeah.
right.
Wait, why is everyone laughing? Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Right. So anyway, when I got to the door and I was sitting on the door, I yelled at the safety worker, the track worker. He came over and I was like, both my legs are broke. Like, you guys are gonna have to help me out, like lift me out. And so they grabbed a couple guys and they lifted this 200 pounds of man meat out and dropped me on the ground.
Good God.
So yeah, that wasn't fun.
No.
But I will say what came cool of that year was I was out for 11 weeks, went through all the rehab. She gave birth to Brexton. And then actually I went back to the racetrack on the 16th. May 16th was my first race back. She delivered Brexton on May 18th. And then we won some races through the year. I made it to the championship. We won the championship. So I went out of that year. Yeah. So.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Injury, missing 11 weeks to a championship and having the birth of our first kid. So yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty special. It's a
Looking at it now, I mean, when we were looking at it in Daytona in the hospital room, it was like, well, I might never race again.
yeah, it was bad.
Like I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. You know?
It was big.
Sorry.
It's my phone. Well,
That's
it's
hers.
fine.
Do people call each other and go, hey, sorry about that?
It was nobody's fault. Like honestly, it was my fault. Like I was pushing the guy ahead of me it was my teammate, and there was a hole. I saw a gap, and I wanted to shoot the gap.
I'd love to see what you see. Like
POV?
Yeah, like no, I'd love to see what you see. Like there's one, I forget. I'm saying like races that I've seen, and there's one where guy's in third place or whatever, and the two guys in front of him kind of spin out, and he just flies right past them. It was a really big race, and I want to say you were in the wreck, but I remember seeing that, and I go, my only recollection of something like that is when in comedy you say, what do you do for the living? And the guy's like, I'm an abortion doctor. And you're like, oh, wow, I see a hole. Like, this is going to be great. Or whatever, like when you see a hilarious occupation or a hilarious moment of like, how long you guys been dating? That's my daughter. Boom. And you're like, I can't imagine what you see visually on the track. I would love to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of it's like it's reactive. You just have to react in the moment. Like you can't really plan or pick your moments or think about it. If you think about it, it's too late. It's already gone. So I was trying to shoot a gap and I was pushing the guy in front of me to get through the hole. And when I bumped him, it turned him a little bit sideways. And then I went to the middle to get away from him and he turned back the other way. And then that's when I spun.
Especially at the plate races. Like, you can't control it. But I think
What's plate races?
the super speedways, like the ones where they run 200 miles an hour all in that big pack. Like if you watch some of the mile and a half, they're a little bit spread out. So if they'll wreck, they might take out 2 or 3 cars. But when they do super speedways, it's like half the field.
Right.
And they're the huge wrecks.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the difference between them.
So wait, what's the difference?
Talladega is a super speedway.
So what's
right?
so what's Daytona?
Super speedway.
What's Bristol?
Short track.
Bristol short track. Okay, so I've been on. So what's the one in Vegas?
That's an intermediate.
Okay.
It's a speedway, but not super speedway. So
super speedway means just bigger.
yeah, it's a bigger track. So like if we were unrestricted, like if our cars didn't have restrictor plates on them, we'd be running 230 miles an hour, and that's too fast. Like cars get upside down over 200 miles an hour.
They still do at this.
So anyway, they restrict us down to 200 miles an hour, and so now we're all packed up tight, close together, and just bumping each other around, trying to make the different lanes go. It's almost like a chess match.
And you can't hear anyone in any other car.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, so you can. Do
You
you
hear
ever,
your spotter. You have a spotter up top that's telling you like everything that's kind of happening going on.
God.
Yeah.
You'd think you'd get better the older you get,
Yeah.
but some guys have a better career when they're younger. Like why ever retire? You just get better the older you get.
Well, that's like Denny Hamlin right now. He's 45 years old, and he won. He just won a couple weeks ago, so he's still winning. I'm 40. I was winning a couple years ago, but I haven't won in the last 2 years, so I got to get back on that. But I feel fine. Like I don't feel any different than I did, say, 2 years ago when I was winning.
Is there a fearlessness when you're young? Do you notice the difference between you?
You do dumb shit. You do a lot more dumb shit when you're younger. Yeah.
Really?
Your chances of thinking because of you haven't done that before, you haven't crashed, you haven't felt the repercussions of that yet, so you'll do it. right? But then as you get older, you're like, I've done that before. I'm not gonna do that again.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like what we're trying with our son right now. He's way too young to run, so they put a wing on his car, so he runs dirt. So if they flip, they have the wing as a cushion.
Is that why that wing's there?
Yeah.
Not really.
Well,
it's made for downforce. It's made for speed for the car.
the moms say when they flip, then they have at least a little extra cushion. But he wants to go run out there wide open with no wing on, and we're like, "You're 9. You can't do that yet." But it doesn't.
It doesn't register.
It doesn't register them at all.
Danger.
That's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, for someone like you and I who don't drive, the biggest difference I think is for like what they do is, like Kyle said, their reaction time. Even watching our son right now, I'm like, I would have bailed into that big heap of cars. Like, but they will maneuver so quick. It's mind blowing. That's like the difference of him when we were just driving here and there's cars breaking everything. I just close my eyes. He can go in and out and react so fast.
Do you drive a little NASCAR-y on the street?
Yes!
Not really.
You cross 5 lanes. It says 0.3 to our exit, and we are all the way in the carpool lane. And you're like, whoa. Normal people don't do that. That's why Siri tells us.
You know what we do? We go, looks like I'm getting off at the next exit.
Or Siri tells you you're
Looks like I'm going to San Francisco.
So
not making that one.
I think what burned into my brain that made that something that I do on the road is my grandmother. She would be riding behind a semi-truck for 2 miles in the right-hand lane before the exit, and I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, it's 2 miles. You know how big a 2-mile racetrack is? That's Fontana. You know how many cars you can pass in 2 miles? Let's see how many we can get before we gotta get off.
I'm checking them. Oh, she gets mad at me because because if I get on the interstate, I just stay in that lane. So I stay in the
like
far
my
right
dad.
lane. I just go, I don't know, we're safe. What am I? It kills her. And I'll go like 55 miles an hour and just stay in that lane. And she's like, what are you doing? I go, what? We're good.
Yeah.
She's like, get over. And then she has like theories on what the best lane is. What's the best lane on the 101 going out to the girls' school?
It's not the fast lane, but the one next to it.
To the right of it?
Yes.
I could see that because everybody wants the fast lane and then it stops. Yeah, I get it. I'm a guy that looks ahead. I try to look 10 cars ahead so I can figure out which lane do I want to be in, which one's coming to a stop. I don't want to be in the one that's coming to the stop.
Oh, wow. I'm glad I did that. Yeah, you want to scrape? Yeah.
Sounds like my cooking things. What are we gonna do here?
So I think we just lost all our breading on the. That's perfect. It's gonna be great, guys. And it's gonna be extra healthful. Extra health. Extra
we didn't
health.
need
We're leaving a
extra
little
breading.
breading behind.
Yeah, we're leaving. Don't worry, I'll get it.
It's a low-carb
This is
version.
the diet one.
The diet one. I mean, have you ever gotten an Uber? You probably don't take Uber.
I do, yeah, we do Ubers.
You ever gotten in an Uber with a guy who's not speaking English and driving like a lunatic, and you're like, oh, I don't think you grew up with lanes.
That's New York.
Yeah.
That's New York cabs. Oh yeah. Dude, if there is one thing that has actually scared me being a passenger in a car, it was that.
And in Italy. We went to Italy last summer. I don't know how those people make it. When they're in the little Vespas, I don't know how any of them are alive.
It's crazy. You know what the theory is? And I wonder if this is NASCAR. It's look forward, don't look back. Never look back. And when you get on a Vespa, just look ahead of you. Just look ahead of you, and you just got to make sure you're going forward, and that's all you got to do.
It was crazy. Remember?
Oh yeah.
That was
Motorcycles
nuts.
are crazy.
Yeah, I don't like motorcycles.
I'm getting one of those.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Crotch rocket?
No,
You
no,
seem
no.
like a crotch rocket kind of guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Lose the hero, get with
Yeah.
the zero.
Little
kind of guy?
600cc Honda.
No, I'm getting a Harley big dog so daddy can hunt.
I love how you just look towards her for all the approval on that one. It
She's
was
rolling
shot
her
down
eyes the entire
so
time.
fast.
And right now, her dad's going to watch this and go, hell, yeah, Kyle Busch? What? How come my boy didn't this? I want to say, I want to hell. I was telling you, I never got to finish. This is her dad's a mechanic. And he was like, well, now, I want to show you something. When I die, I'm going to leave a little something to you boys. So I want you to take a look. He takes us into his garage, opens the door, and I go, what am I looking at? And he goes, there's outboard motors. He has roughly 1,000 outboard motors for like boats. Like he collects them because he loves the engine. He loves he's just fascinated.
Collects them? That's the first I've ever heard of that.
It's like, you ever see Texas Chainsaw Massacre when he has bodies hanging. In
Yeah, yeah.
It's like that with outboard motors.
Yeah.
And it's just, and he goes, that's one, it's on 1933. It's on beginning with outboard motor. And I don't say no. I said, look at
And those are all yours one day.
One day, I'm going to be taking a bath in outdoor motors. I'm going to need so many John boats.
Make sure you take the props off first.
God, he has so many of them. But yeah, that's my future.
This is like your dad. I don't want to know what your dad has.
No joke. My dad,
Yes.
he's a pack rat.
Yes. Like
Sweet.
a hoarder.
Sweet, your dad's like a legit mechanic. You guys are kids. And then you and your brother make some money, right?
Yeah.
And then at any point does your dad go, do you guys get your dad something where you're like he would love this or he would love that?
No, because he buys everything himself.
Really?
Yeah. Like there was this, one thing that when my brother and I were trying to make it, my dad sold his 1932 Ford Coupe that he built from the ground up with his own hands. And he had to sell that in order to be able to purchase and afford for Kurt and I to go racing.
Yeah.
And so we were racing for about 5 years. Kurt made it big time. And so Kurt had this idea. He was like, hey man, let's go find the 32 Ford. Let's try to find that and get that back for Dad so he can have what he sold to make our way for racing, right? And so we couldn't find it. So that was like one of those things where we were just like, that we just were never able to come through on. But since then, I'd say he's bought 8 others.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he's got plenty.
That's
So,
wild. Is your mom still alive?
Yeah,
Are they still married?
yeah.
Nice. Do you ever like feel a kinship with his mom now that you're a race mom?
Yeah, I see why she would get nervous. I mean, it's different, watching him. It makes you nervous, right? You don't want anything to happen. We went through that huge wreck. But watching your kid out on that track, it is the most, what would you say, like scary, nerve-wracking, stressful event ever.
Do you get nervous for your kid when he races?
Yeah, sometimes, especially when he's in something new and faster that I haven't seen him in, and then also like I don't know the skill set level of some of the other racers that he's racing against. So like you just don't. These kids are 9 or 10 or 12 or 13, like
even younger.
They don't have the race experience or the race craft to understand how to think the way that you have to think reactionary wise.
Yeah, and can you see that almost like
in different kids.
like can you see that they're like, yo, watch out for 7. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 Sometimes you'll get some of the other dads that come up to you too. Like if you go to a new track that you've never been to before, one of the dads, you're standing next to your kid in the grid or whatever, and they'll tell you, they're like, yeah, you got to watch out for number 7 or you got to watch out for 58,
Really?
Yeah.
And so I don't know if I want my daughters to get into stand-up. I mean, I kind of would because I would be like, yo, I can get you to feature act real quick. Like I can get you up and running real quick. But I don't know if, the path, like the path you've taken, he's going to take possibly.
Right.
And do you want that for him?
He wants to.
But do you want that for him?
I want whatever he wants. I could, if he dropped it tomorrow and didn't want to do it anymore, I'd be sad for a minute and then I'd be like, honey, we've got a lot more vacation houses we can buy.
Oh, because it's going to be expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, do you think you're going to own a race team by then?
Hell no. I already owned one. I don't want another one.
Yeah.
I own his race team right now, technically. Like, we're doing it as father-son. We got a couple guys that work in the shop for us because I can't, with all the stuff I got going on, I can't do all that. I can't be the mechanic too, So, yeah. But I wouldn't want to be a big-time team owner.
We let Isla drive before she could drive. And she was like, I'll be fine. And she's up here. We're like, good, cool. And then she hits the pedal, but it's not going fast enough for her. So she dips under the wheel to gun it. And we're like, no, you have to be able to see when you're not driving. We have pictures of her, and she's just this.
Eyes closed too.
35 seconds. By the way, this is going to look good. Either way, this is going to look good.
All right, so my greatest story, though, when I was 5 years old, my brother was playing down at the end of the cul-de-sac, and it was late at night. Grandmother was like, hey, go get your brother, time to bring him in. Mom and Dad were on date night, whatever. So I find the key on the way out the door to our 1970 Volkswagen Beetle. So I grab the key to the Beetle, I crank it up, and I drive down the street at 5 years old, and I'm rolling down the block.
Are you serious?
And I get to Kurt, and I'm like, hey, yo, Grandma wants you home. Let's go. He looks at me and he goes, you're going to be in so much trouble. And I turned around, I drove it back, I parked it like I found it, and nobody ever knew.
Are you serious?
Yeah, my parents didn't know that story until I was like 30 years old.
Oh, I bet your parents were super, like, not helicopter parents.
Oh, yeah. No, they were not. Back in our era, I guess, in
There
which we
weren't
grew up.
helicopter parents, were
Yeah,
there?
like I was 7 years old riding my bike a mile down the road to go to Taco Bell for lunch. You know what I mean? Like, just do it.
It's a monster sandwich.
Wow.
And then this is the best part is they do it with pimento cheese. Do you guys travel with like a chef and stuff?
Yep.
You're a pro athlete.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the thing that I don't think people understand is like, you're a professional athlete. Like,
I'm a lean, mean fighting machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you travel with like a chef and everything?
Yeah, her name's Samantha.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. It's me. I'm just, just me.
And you're also really into.
I love to cook, though.
Do you really?
Yes, I
So let me
love
tell you
to
what.
She's Italian.
Yeah.
Have you ever had candied jalapenos?
I think we have.
Yeah.
Candied jalapenos are the best.
Candied jalapenos.
They're my favorite.
So that's not like pickled jalapenos.
No.
So what's a candied?
They cover them in. It's like they call them Texas. What do they call them? In Texas, they call them like Texas something, but it's basically sugared jalapenos, and they are so good. We don't have any here, but if I ever find them, you can get them at like.
It has like a glaze on it that hardens. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So what's so interesting to me, and so I would love to sit with a NASCAR historian and talk about you, because you were the guy that introduced me to NASCAR, really.
Yeah. There's a few of those guys. I got a couple guys.
But what's so interesting about you, and might explain a lot about you, is that you are a NASCAR outsider. You're from Vegas. All those guys are like old country boys. And you came in from Vegas. Vegas is, like the hot shot, the mafia, the way they see it.
Yeah.
And so as I say, have you ever had Alabama hot sauce? I would argue that a bunch of NASCAR drivers are like, Alabama sauce or Alabama white sauce? Oh yeah, we know that, boy. Come on, where do you think I grew up from? Right? But then you go, is that butter? And you're like, no. But I think I wonder if that would, did you feel like an outsider?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah. When you come in from Vegas, from the outside, I mean, there were some other guys from California, my brother was the first one from Nevada, which then I followed. But a lot of the people that were NASCAR drivers were from the South. Like there might've been some from the North, like Ricky Craven was probably one of the earliest ones I can think of. He's from Maine, but like everybody else is North Carolina, Virginia, like all the Southern boys where they all grew up souping up their hot rods to run from the cops and deliver moonshine.
That's Leanne's family.
You know what I mean?
Leanne?
I know, right.
Leanne.
Yes.
What did your family do? Oh, wait, was your family bootleggers or they were the?
No, my grandfather was a revenuer.
Yeah.
You know what a revenuer is?
No,
They hunt for moonshine stills. They work for like the Georgia Bureau of
Okay,
Investigation.
yeah.
And their one job is to break up moonshine.
Oh.
So
revenuers.
she was a part of the whole inception of NASCAR. Is that
Yeah.
whole family line?
Right.
I think it's fascinating.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
But it would explain so much about you
So
because
that must be the turf wars between North Carolina and Georgia then.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah. A lot of the shine was always ran through like the mountains of Virginia, like Appalachian Mountains,
Yeah.
from the Virginia, North Carolina, all that area. Yeah.
here, try Alabama white sauce. So it's a mix of like mayonnaise, vinegar, Dijon mustard, and see if you want it on your sandwich. I think it's phenomenal.
I mean, I'm going all in anyway. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Good.
Which one's mine? Which one you want?
Oh, it doesn't matter. You want the big one?
They're all big.
They're all big.
They're
They're
really
massive. Guess what? This is like they're each half pounds of chicken. I love watching that just pour over it.
I'll take that one.
All right, you want this one?
Yeah.
Here you go.
You have that one. I'll take this one. Yes, sir.
I don't even know how to eat this
I
politely.
think you're gonna have to cut it in half. To be dead serious,
Yeah, me too.
it's here. Let me give you a knife.
You mean my butter knife's not going to cut it?
No, it's not. By the way, I have such a great knife game, and they're all gone.
There's one right here.
Oh yeah, that's what I was looking for. Here. Oh, there you go. So
Thank you.
Is this the raw chicken one?
this is the raw chicken one.
No, his knife.
Oh no, I didn't cut anything with that. Let's look at the cross section. This is like my favorite part of a sandwich. Look at that cross section.
That does look good. That does look way better than the Hot
really good.
Pocket.
That looks so good. All right, I'll tell you first bite. And then I want to see the look on your face.
Oh, we're doing it, huh?
Full send, babe.
All right, I'm eating this slightly politely. You guys could be messy.
Good? Yeah? Looks nice.
That's really good. Okay, so I'm gonna need to know how to make Alabama white sauce.
It's so good. I can tell you right now. I have the recipe right here. Yeah.
I've been waiting this all day.
Wow.
That's really good.
Try bite. Try bite.
It's town here.
Yeah.
It's looking wholly messy.
I just met new people.
It's really good though.
I'm scared to pick it up.
It's hard, but
You want me to bite? Hold it? You bite it?
No. I definitely don't want you to hold
I
it.
cut mine.
No.
just go for
Just
it.
get in there, and you start with that bite.
You got a sink and a wash right there. You're good.
I mean,
Just do it. You got
I
a full.
didn't bring
You
a
got.
change of clothes.
You got a full set.
What are you
on
doing?
that.
I just want a quarter. I just want it. It's easier to manage. It's too big. Too big.
But you want that bite. You want to
That's
start
what
with
she
that.
said.
I'm trying.
That's an
12.
innuendo. That's an innuendo. Here, put it in your mouth. That's 2. Hey, swallow.
It's a
that.
really fun road
That's
trip
3.
game, isn't it?
Do not spit it out. That's 4.
You got white stuff on your lips.
That's 5. Oh, she licked the white stuff. I love when she licks it off her lips. That's 6.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I
it's-
don't know what has happened.
She's using both
It's a
hands.
road
7.
trip game.
Okay.
No, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry
This
about
is
it.
really good.
Thank
It's really
you.
good. So's this.
That's
This
what they
one's
all
your
say when you
recipe.
finish.
That sauce really good, right?
Yeah,
The sauce
really
is good.
Nice little crunch. The sauce is really good.
Crunch, I don't know. That's weird. We're just doing innuendos, babe. It's pretty good, though. It's pretty good, though, right?
Yes, really good.
By the way, if you want the real deal, go to Saw's Barbecue in Birmingham, Alabama. It is the best sandwich I've ever had in my entire life. Anytime I do the Stardome, they come out and they support and they bring sandwiches. And I'm telling you right now, what race is in Birmingham? Where's Talladega? In Talladega?
It's in
They
Talladega.
do it in Talladega? That's kind of crazy that they name it as well.
It's down the street.
We should go to the restaurant. We'll have to compare.
Oh. So when you're done the race, is it like cool down, cold beers, let's smoke a joint, a little DMT, listen to Pink Floyd, see what matches up with Alice in Wonderland?
That was probably the 70s.
Those are my guys.
Yeah, oh yeah.
What do you
I
guys
think
do?
I think I'm an old soul. Like I would have been much more that era.
Yeah,
Yeah. This day and age, no. You finish the race, you get on the plane, you go home.
really. Mm-hmm. You probably don't have a fear of flying, do you?
No, she does.
I hate flying.
Do you really?
I would drive
Wait,
everywhere
I'm
if I
so
could.
sorry. Are we twinsing?
I know.
You two are the same person and we're the same
Yeah,
person.
I hate flying.
Oh, is he dead inside also?
He's a NASCAR driver, yeah.
No, I make
The only way he feels alive is being next to men at 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, I get that.
No, he gets mad at me some days if there's a bad storm we're supposed to fly. We've literally driven like, 8-9 hours somewhere?
Yep.
Oh, yeah?
It was
I'm like,
too
I'm not-
windy to fly to Florida, so we had to get in the car and drive. I
It's
was
like 45-mile-an-hour winds. I'm not getting in that
I was like,
small
get your
plane.
ass in the car.
No,
we're
I'm
going.
gonna jump in here. If you told me that I could get in a plane with a pilot or get into a car with a NASCAR champion,
Right.
I picked the champion.
Right.
That's the safest ride I'm ever gonna get in my life.
That's how I feel.
And by the way, 7-hour drive, we get there in 3.
We did get there he made me drive the first 2 hours because he wasn't speaking the first 2 hours. But then after that,
Was it
we
after
got
a
there.
race?
No, it was when I made
No,
him
we were on our
drive
way
to
to
the
a race.
Daytona 500
Oh.
instead of fly because there was a storm. He was not thrilled for the first 2 hours.
I don't blame you at all. Hey, what did you think of Leanne's
I said I
coleslaw?
loved it. It's
I
really
enjoy it.
good.
Isn't it good?
Oh, yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, my aunt used to make that.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
And I'm going to start
I'll
with Leanne.
shove that in my mouth.
Okay. I've received negative feedback online, and at times, and it bothers me. But if you ask me, I go, it doesn't bother me, right? And he's received negative feedback. I want the wives to answer, just to talk about it, because if I ask him, I'll be like, yeah, it is what it is. You're racing and this and that. There's a textbook answer you give, but I'm curious to see the wife's perspective of how you see us receive it.
Well, that's
Like-
a good one.
How to see you receive it?
Like when I receive negativity, like when, what's his name?
How
is
does he
like,
act when he
No, I'm
receives the
clear.
negative?
I'm clear. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think that you're very sensitive about it. You get really upset about it. And yeah, that's how you receive it.
Mine's different than yours in that it's like my friend saying it to me. Like my friend will be like, dude, man, negative comments on that podcast we did. And I'm like, didn't need to know any of that.
Right.
I could have just on the podcast and said, hey, it was cool seeing you, man.
Right?
But I wonder your perspective of how you see me react, and I'm curious to see how your perspective of seeing how
No,
you react.
I feel you could get 99 good comments and you'll focus on the one, and that's been something that we try to work on, because I'm like, that doesn't matter. And I also tell him, same as you, probably it's a slight character when you're performing, right? Like that's not who you see him as all the time. And that's why I always tell people, I'm like, the 30 seconds you see of him after a bad race or when he's getting ready to race and he's focused, that's not who he is the other 99% of the time. So it kind of bothers me when he takes it to heart, because I'm like, you know that's not who you are all the time, and you know you're justified if to be angry or to be, quiet and focused. Like, I just don't think people always have an opinion. But I
crazy.
think the nice part is as you get older, those opinions mean a lot less.
They don't matter as much, yeah.
Did they matter to you when you were younger?
Yeah, a little bit, but honestly, like as hard as I tried to change it, it didn't matter what I did. It didn't change it. Like people would see you acting a little bit differently and be like, oh, he's changed, like he's grown up and blah, blah, blah. And then you do one thing to kind of derail that and they're like, oh no, he's still the same jackass.
It's interesting.
But as she said, it's like that only happens in those moments. It's not 24/7.
Yeah.
So.
And it's weird if you allow it to change who you are as a person, then they've won.
Right.
100%.
So you have to stay true to who you actually are.
Yeah.
So what I think is so cool about your career, and I just had, was it Gavin Adcock that I had on? Do you know who Gavin Adcock is?
Mm-mm.
Is it Gavin Adcock is his favorite driver is Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
And we got into a conversation. We should call Gavin real quick. Gavin Adcock's an amazing musician. He's and the coolest dude.
Right on.
And we connected on you. Mm-hmm. And I said, yeah, man. But what's cool about you is that you couldn't help but be yourself.
A lot of times.
And that's, hey, listen, and I'm certain you've seen people in your sport manipulate the fans so that they feel like they're the hero. Mm-hmm. I'm regular, but they're not.
Right.
They're not. But, can I tell you? Because she's starting a podcast.
Oh, you are?
And so,
Yeah, around infertility.
Oh, okay.
So-
That'll be great.
It's the hope.
Such a great subject. I did one episode of my podcast about it, and I got so many responses. There's so many people struggle with that.
Yes. One in
What are you going
six.
to call it? +1?
No, I called my book Fighting Infertility back in the day, so I was thinking of just going off that, but I'm not sure. It's very new.
Work in progress.
But I've tossed it around for a year, and somebody finally was like, you just have to do it.
Yeah, you do.
Because I was nervous because it's very saturated, but then also the infertility, it's a little more niche, so I don't know. We'll see.
I always say, this is my 2 cents, and I maybe I shouldn't say anything, but like I always say, leave yourself open for everything.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be times that you're going to want to have other wives from NASCAR on,
Right.
who haven't had any experience with that,
Right.
but you'll want to have them on, and maybe like you'll have moments where you're like, I don't have a guest, I don't have anything to talk about. I don't want to struggle. That's why I always say, like when she started her podcast, I said let it suck for like a year, figure out what you want to do, and now her podcast is really awesome. And she did Kylie Kelsey's podcast, but Kylie's podcast is a little over
Philadelphia
there.
Eagle Kelsey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
which one.
Yeah, the bigger of the two.
I was like, I don't know.
The man.
I know the wives.
By
I
the way,
don't know
that's a podcast. Is brothers.
Yeah.
And you just have brother athletes, and you guys do something. Like, name all the top. Who are the best brothers in sports? Everyone chime in. Best brothers in sports.
Mannings.
Kurt and Kyle.
Mannings.
Jason and Travis. Mm-hmm. You're not gonna remember this. Dewey and Leroy.
Arnie
Selman.
and what are the Andersons from wrestling? Does that count as a sport?
Oh no!
Only
The Von
Anderson?
Erichs. The Von Erichs.
Von Erich.
Von Erichs were huge. Anyone else know any other brothers in sports?
The Waltrip.
Waltrips, Wallaces, Waltrips.
Are there a lot of brothers in racing?
Mm-hmm. All of those. Delbontes.
Yeah, the Labontes. We're waiting for Lennox to be the first one. So our daughter's 2, and we always joke she'll be the best out of any of them because Kyle and Brex are so rough with her. She races this little car, and they will just wreck her. And you would think she would stop or be timid. She'll go right back and just turn right back into him. I'm like, oh, if she ever races, she'll be a leg up on them because she has.
It makes sense that in a sport like NASCAR or in billiards or in bowling, that there shouldn't be a gender gap, in my opinion.
Right.
That it's like maybe I don't know how stressful NASCAR is on the body. Maybe there is a fatigue that kicks in. I don't know that. I've never done it. I mean, I know I did that one lap.
What?
I know you guys get hot, but I don't think there's like the physical strength that other sports like football would take. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, there's races you get out and you're tired, like you're spent.
Yeah.
There's some mentally taxing races that you're just like foggy afterwards because you wasted all of it in the event. But yeah.
I think it'd be.
Every athlete, people always ask, well, is a race car driver an athlete? Well, I mean, I'm not going to go out and kick anybody's butt in football. You know what I mean? But a football player ain't going to get in a car and go 4 hours either.
Yeah.
You know, we all have our different attributes and our different builds that make us who we are and we're good at what we do.
Do you look at a race and go like, 500 laps? Ugh.
Sometimes.
Remember Daytona
Especially if
in
it's
July?
a hot one. Yeah. Especially if it's a hot one. Like, you're like, oh my God, it's
It
95
was.
degrees on Sunday. Oh, okay, that's going to be a long one.
Do we have a tank top for this? Like, 'cause I feel like as I look at some races, I feel like I'm getting on the treadmill.
When you came out of that car that one time, he was the weirdest gray-green color I've ever seen. It was so hot out there that day. I remember because the track, it's the blacktop, he had some shoes on, and they were like melting every time we stepped. I'm like, I don't know how you're gonna sit out there for 4 hours. Like, that's nuts. And there's no air conditioning. I mean, they've got their helmet coolers, and that was the day before cool shirts.
It was before cool shirts, yeah.
Now at least you have those. They have these shirts that run like water hoses with ice cold water through them to help keep them cool. But those are 5, 6 years old? They're not that.
Yeah, no, they're not. Yeah, they're about 5 years old. Yeah, the cool shirts, they'll cool at about 70, and then the helmet coolers, they cool outside air by like 20 degrees.
How much weight do you lose during a race?
The most I've ever weighed myself and lost that I've noticed that I've actually studied was like 7.5 pounds.
Oh, I do that in the
one
sauna.
race?
You should drink a bunch of booze the night before.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
25 pounds down.
I drop weight like crazy. Drink a bunch of booze, get in the sauna with a belly, and then it goes away, and you're like, get on the scale naked, and you're like, nice. so wait, when we go to Charlotte, you live in Charlotte, so will you be at the race?
Yeah.
And you'll be at the race.
Yes.
Oh,
And
fun.
then I'm doing a Something's Burning pop-up at the race,
Yes.
the Coca-Cola 600. But so you'll be like, I'm very curious to see what you'd be like. Like I go, hey, Kyle, and you're like, And because if you saw me before a show,
Working.
I know, but I think I'm bringing burgers down to the pit.
I don't know if we're bringing burgers to the pit, but you are going to the pit for sure.
Yeah, with burgers.
So what
I don't
kind of
imagine
pop-up are you
anybody else is
doing?
gonna-
We're doing
Something's burning.
Something's Burning. We're gonna do a pop-up for NASCAR.
No, I know, but like, are they filming it or are you going out with the
We're gonna
fans?
film it. We're gonna film it with the fans, and then I'm gonna
Okay.
make a bunch of burgers, bring them to the pit. The pit was my favorite place to be.
Yeah.
It's like so cool, and everyone's so chill right before. You think everyone's like, you think it would be like high end, but like everyone's kind of like loose and fun.
Yeah, everybody bros up a little bit.
But the second the darn race starts, I'm telling you, it is intense. We sat in Talladega. We sat with like a race team. Forget
On the pit box?
in the like stand above the, and it is wild. I mean, it's the coolest thing you've ever seen in the world. No F1's got on that. I mean, it's like, it's just so intense.
Just because your whole body feels it.
Have you been to a NASCAR race?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I guess so.
Of course. I went to the Atlanta Motor Speedway growing up.
Oh, there you go.
She was just talking like the wife on. Now we can't think of movies.
Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights, yes, thank you. And
Brokeback Mountain.
She's in the suites, and the race is going. She's like,
Oh, yeah, I feel it in my body.
It's overwhelming.
I remember that.
It's a real quick way to
I was
find out
like,
if you have anxiety. If you get down there,
Oh, I think it's awesome. When that feeling starts, it's like, let's go!
I have fake memories of it. I don't know if this is real, but I remember them pouring Coca-Cola on
Yes.
the. That's real?
Yeah,
that's real.
Yeah.
Oh, they were pouring Coca-Cola on the thing, and I go, huh? And I thought I dreamed that.
no, that's real. Yeah,
No,
they pour it
explain
down
why.
and it just, because when it gets warm, it gets sticky, right?
Yeah.
And so the guys, when they run around the car, they want the track and everything to be as tacky as it can be so they can have the grip to get around and rip around the car faster
all
to do
that
the
sugar.
pit stops.
Yep.
Isn't it?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is, by the way, I just gotta say, I walked into this interview a casual NASCAR fan, and I walked out a NASCAR fan. Like, meaning like I knew a little bit, but as I talked to you, I was like, oh, I think I've seen a lot more of NASCAR than I think I've
I
seen.
think you've seen a lot more NASCAR than you
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of NASCAR.
Absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
I gotta hang
It's
on.
hard to not see NASCAR growing up in the South.
Right.
Right? He's from Florida. I'm from Georgia. It's just
Yep.
part of the fabric
That's right.
of the South, in particular. I mean, it's obviously a national sport, but I mean, you just it's just part of growing up. It's everywhere.
No,
I mean, I
no,
would
no,
go
wrong
to
person.
dirt track races.
So that's what our son does.
Is it?
Yeah, he
dirt
does.
track's so fun.
We love it. So it was during COVID. Nothing was open. And we're like, okay, we've got to get out of the house. And so we started taking him to the dirt tracks, and he started running. And when he started, because now he does really well. Like, he just won the biggest like race of the nation, right? The shootout. But when he started, we always joke, he was 3 laps down in an 8-lap hot race. We were like, what are we? We're like, this is not going to work. And then he just kept working.
As the man that introduced me to
practicing
NASCAR.
and going, and now he's doing great.
I just got to introduce you to
So
Kyle
cool.
Busch.
Yo, that's right. Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?
Good. I haven't seen you since you wrecked a CJ Cruiser in the parking lot of the Beltway race.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Who was that with?
It was the guy who worked on the show who isn't there anymore. But but yeah, we just.
We're not going to name names. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, a little bit.
I remember that. That was fun. Did you hear the full story on that?
No.
Okay.
Hey, I've been celebrating you this whole episode. You introduced me to NASCAR. You introduced me to Kyle, and you are a legend. Thank you so much. And I think if to anyone right now, this is Elliot's words, not mine. If you have never watched NASCAR, millions of people can't be wrong. Watch the last 10 minutes and start there. Those are your words, not mine. Hey, next time you're in DC, go do his radio show.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
is the biggest thing on the East Coast.
Come to Richmond.
Well, we're going to be in DC soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, Kyle. Let's race again.
You sign it up and I'll be there.
Well, we had to buy the last CJ Cruiser, so maybe we'll.
You better just put it in the budget.
All right, we'll get it done.
Right on, man.
Hey,
yeah,
I love
that
you to
was
death,
fun.
brother.
Love you too. Later, buddy.
Bye. He's the greatest guy. And I'm so glad I discovered NASCAR. And I hope so many more people discover, listen, it's like this. It's like cricket. There's something there, right? Right? Rugby, there's something there. People are digging it. And if you're not into NASCAR, just all I gotta do is give it a chance. Last 10 minutes.
That's it.
Last 10 minutes. And
there.
once you get into the last 10 minutes, you're gonna go, maybe I'll read the whole book.
Right?
Maybe I'll read the whole, maybe I'll start it.
Because there's a story. There's a story there. There's a story from start to
But
finish.
there's a story for the whole season.
I was just going to say, and then it goes week to week, and then it goes month to month, and then
Yeah.
it goes track to track. Yeah.
And you watch one guy and another guy not get along this race. You're like, oh shit, what's happening in Bristol?
Right.
Okay, this is going to be fun. Talladega's next.
That's
Here
right.
we go. This is going to be a blast.
Build the promos.
And by the way, hang on. Stop right there. If you're like me and you like to eventize life, go to a race. Take a little cash, stash it away, and go to a race. Go to a race and enjoy the festival that is NASCAR. And if you don't have the money to afford Talladega or Bristol, go to, what's our place?
Irwindale.
Irwindale. It's closed, but don't go to Irwindale.
Something like
Go to your
But
local
go-
short track.
There
Go
you
to your
go.
local short track and watch young
Tickets are
kids
$10.
race. Tickets are $10. Cold beers are $5. You're gonna have the greatest time. It's the funnest people in the world.
Yep.
And
It really is.
and I'll tell you, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you guys on my podcast.
I appreciate that. No,
Thank
food
you.
was excellent. So nice job.
Very good.
Yeah,
And
appreciate that.
when do we? And everyone can find you on Instagram. Your Instagram's
Yeah.
awesome. Tell everyone where to find your Instagram.
It's just Samantha Busch. He
Yeah.
nicely participates in all of my funny reels.
That's
so.
right. Yeah.
And your food takes are always hot.
Thank you.
You always got a hot food take.
I try. I mean, sometimes it's kind of like what happened today. It's for the picture only, but it always
For the
tastes
picture,
good.
it tastes good. It tastes good. And you drive for NASCAR. Do you want to tell them where they can find you? What number you are?
Pretty much every Sunday on Fox, NBC, TNT. We're on Prime this year as well too. So I drive the number 8 car with Richard Childress Racing, sponsored by Rebel Bourbon, Zone Nicotine Pouches, you name it. BetMGM, where are you making your parlays? You got to get your parlays in. We got to go across the border first.
All right, so this will go out. I will be out of town so this will be Talladega. So what's the sickest parlay you can do in racing?
What's
you
the
pick,
what?
You pick. It's just got to be like horse racing, right? You pick first, second, and third.
Yeah.
Finish.
Well, you can pick anything. You can pick if I beat so-and-so during the race, or if there's a caution before lap 10.
No. I'm looking for a straight trifecta. I'm thinking it's like horse racing, so I can pick number 1, 2, and 3.
Sure, pick. Okay, go for it.
Go you number 1.
That's really hard to get though. That's going to be one of the hardest ones.
No, I know.
Hey, it's gonna be good.
Hey, I don't drink for a buzz. I drink to party. Okay, I don't gamble. I don't gamble for money. I gamble for the feeling where your heart skips away from you. You feel like you had a child.
When you're sitting there watching at the end and you're like cheering for the third place guy.
And you're. By the way, is this racketeering if I pick you and the other 2 guys and then you're like, hold on, I'll rub him out and Bert will hit $1,000. So wait, I give you to win.
Where are we racing?
Talladega.
Talladega.
Yeah, I'm a good shoe there. Yeah, I'll win. Yeah.
You to win.
Who's another good
I
restrictor?
want to say his name, but I'm afraid to say names because I don't know if you like them or not. Joey Logano is second. I knew it.
He definitely wouldn't push me. There's no way he would push me.
All right, who's on your team?
Austin Dillon.
Okay.
He's my teammate, so he would be a good one to. We've actually run really strong at the rear restrictor plate races. We've been 1-2 a lot, so that could happen.
Okay. Austin
Yeah.
second.
Yeah, Austin in second.
And who's someone you don't like?
Someone I don't like.
No, it's always a random at the restrictor plate.
It is a rando, yeah, because restrictor plate races are very just like.
So you gotta
Give me a rando.
Justin Haley.
Oh my gosh, I was thinking that.
Then that's perfect.
That's so weird.
Kyle, Austin, Justin.
See, we're like.
That's my trifecta
We're
straight.
in sync.
Thank you guys for doing this.
Absolutely.
Hey, last question. Is it possible for me to draft people on the interstate?
Absolutely. You
How
can
do I do
save
it?
fuel doing that.
How do I do it?
You get tucked up real tight and you lift off the throttle and stay right there because the air will pull you along.
I'll be trying that today.
Yeah.
Hey,
Good
cheers.
luck in LA. But cheers anyway.
Cheers. Thank you guys for
Cheers.
doing this.
Thank you.
This is awesome.
Something's burning.
This episode was brought to you by The Machine.